Madam Chairman, and thank you. I want to thank you for scheduling this hearing with Mayor Marty Walsh to be Secretary of Labor. I want to, at this time, welcome on my side of the aisle three new members: Senator Marshall, Coach Tuberville, Tommy. I played college football. You'll always be coach, and Senator Moran. Mayor Walsh, welcome. You've been a mayor, state representative, union leader. You quite frankly have the experience and the qualifications to be considered for this position. I believe you're here, though, because in your career you've called balls and strikes. And I think that's important in the position of Secretary of Labor. So I want to congratulate you on your nomination. I want to welcome you today. I also want to welcome Lori, because I noticed that she was not in your statement that you're going to make. And it's just important to have her here. The Department of Labor serves an immensely important role in our economy and the lives of the American people. Our nation can never afford to have a labor secretary that will ever be accused of being in cahoots with union bosses or beholding to management. This is a job that requires a labor secretary who's willing to make a commitment to confront both when necessary for the protection of the rank and file individual workers, especially in the midst of a pandemic with unemployment at 6.7% and 12.6 million people unemployed. This is a job that needs to be filled today. That's why I agreed with Senator Murray to begin the process of your nomination as soon as institutionally possible, without unnecessary delays and roadblocks, and I hope we will do the same with your confirmation vote. Not all nominees in other circumstances, in other administrations, have received that consideration. You will get that consideration from me. I don't know if you would consider this the biggest job interview of your life, but I guess it's up near the top. The President's nominated you, and the Senate now has the opportunity to give advice and consent. I'm going to commit to giving you my best advice today, my best well-intended advice in the days ahead and in the future. I hope you can commit to doing the job the right way, and I think you can. The people who work in Washington, D.C. need to come in to serve all the Americans, from coast to coast and in the middle, Democrats and Republicans, management and labor. No matter what pressure comes from the extremes of the President's party, we cannot open the door of the Labor Department up to people who want to make enemies of job creators. And the department's job is not to make trial lawyers richer at a time when many businesses are struggling just to keep their doors open for the benefit of their workers. The problem with slaughtering the golden goose is that it no longer lays eggs. America's in the midst of an immense domestic and international challenge. We have health challenges with coronavirus pandemic. We have challenges with international competition with China and others. We should be able to work together to address these challenges. We need a skilled workforce. We need to encourage more women and minorities into science, technology, engineering, and math. We need to ensure that management and labor never conspire to construct another unfunded pension plan again. We need to ensure America that government is here to assist, not to hinder the reopening of our economy, and the list goes on. Bipartisan solutions exist to all these problems. And if you commit to working together in a bipartisan manner with us, I'm sure the Senate will work with you. I'm particularly concerned about the unprecedented firing of the NLRB's general counsel. No president has ever taken such action in recent memory. Not Trump, not Obama, not Bush, not Clinton, not Bush, but not Reagan, or others before them. And it's a disturbing signal from an administration preaching the need for bipartisan unity. I would caution you in the administration that might doesn't always make right, and that you should be mindful that lurches to the left will be bad for a growing economy and getting people back to work. At one point in our history, the Department of Labor and the Department of Commerce existed together. Theodore Roosevelt knew that the interests of commerce and labor were ultimately aligned. Somehow, over the years, we've lost our way in that regard. Our largest economic challenges are external. As the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, I learned that our competitors just don't play fair. We need to be on the same team. We need to battle for our economy, for our fellow citizens, not for philosophy. Samuel Gompers, the founder of the American Federation of Labor, once said that a man who dwells on socialism forgets his union card. He told his socialist opponents, I quote, "Economically, you're unsound. Socially, you're wrong. Industrially, you're impossible," unquote. These sorts of unsound, impossible political agendas he spoke of don't help the working people. They present the biggest standing threats to America's competitiveness. I implore you, do not be a party to that. As Teamsters President Jimmy Hoffa pointed out, the political decision by President Biden to cancel the completion of the construction of the Keystone Pipeline resulted in the loss of 8,000 union jobs and the loss of members' retirements and health care benefits. I hope that when confirmed, you'll be an adult voice in the room reigning in this type of politically motivated chaos. Chaos in that specific example, which cuts jobs and counterproductively increases greenhouse gas emissions. I hope you can help us move beyond a class struggle mentally of 100 years ago and help us build a workforce for 2021 and beyond. We can no longer afford to operate as a labor team and a management team. We must be in this together. Tom Brady's proven that a Massachusetts guy can hop on I-95, go south, and do good things. If doing good things is your goal, and I think it is, you'll have an ally in me. But you've got to be willing to stand up to the agenda activists to get that goal. I'll join you Sunday, rooting for Tampa Bay, not trying to suck up to the next Secretary of Labor, but because at my age, I root for the old guy, and that's where Brady is these days. I plan to conduct rigorous oversight, especially of the pandemic, of the response to COVID-19. I'll ask fair, difficult, and probing questions on the decisions you make and the way the agency operates. I will expect honest, complete, and timely answers. I hope you can commit to working with me on that. Despite the fact that, as mayor, you out-recruited my state of North Carolina for many of the jobs that should have come our way and they ended up in Boston, I expect by the end of this hearing, I'll be able to support your nomination, and I will encourage my colleagues on this side of the aisle to support you as well. I look forward to this confirmation hearing. I thank the chair. I yield back.